Okay, so I'm not sure if I just recorded that or if I was under pause, but I jumped out of my trade because we're in the support area right here, and I moved my stop. It backed up and got me out. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get my stop to here where I wanted it because I wanted to get my mic going before I did the thing, and it was already done. So that's what happens sometimes when you're trying to make content. You can miss out on some of the moves if you're waiting to make the content. So I got out up here instead of down here. All good. Now it's pulling back down, but it is a support area. There's a good possibility of a bounce. We're seeing a little bounce on this right now, but there could be a much bigger bounce, like all the way back up here to make an M pattern before it finally breaks. So I wanted to get out of the trade, take my profit. And the biggest thing is, up here was my entry. I got in at a big discount. So getting out down here, basically I got my one-to-one move, right? Let me get this off of here so you can see. So this was my stop, and that would have been my entry based on my switch indicator. So if I got in here, down here is my one-to-one, but since I got in here, I was able to get out here for the same profit. And what that means is I was able to make what I could lose. So the next trade, I basically, if it's a loser, I made enough money now to pay for most of that loser, if not all of it. So it was fine to get out at the support area and protect my trade. So I put my order in though to get back into this trade should the support area break. Because if it breaks, it could slide through my target, and I can capitalize on some more profit and then pop out again. So that's kind of what's happening right here on the screen, waiting to get back in.
Order submitted.
Okay, so there we go. So now we're short in this trade. Okay, looks like speed bumped over here on GC on gold. So that trades in. Let me go ahead and move my stop to the new stop, which is at 49427. Okay, so as I told you before, it looks like we could be shaping up with an M pattern here. But if this thing does, so I move my stop to the bottom of this little tip right there. So there's our M. If it wants to break that center point, then I want to be into the short side with 3 contracts. So I got 6 for the speed bump. Looking for a slide back down to the original target, and then that'll recover a good chunk of my loss. So right now we're down 1,146 on the day, 1480 on gold itself. But if the speed bumps to the downside here, should be able to recover a good chunk of that, if not all of it. And then if it just wants to rise back up, then we'll go for the ride back up and make the money on the top side. Either way, looks like a pretty good trade. Looks like we're going to get triggered right here. It's just barely breaking that. All right, there we go. Now we broke it. So if I wanted to, I could come up here and just hit reverse on my trade and jump in. What's the time? Like we got 7-8 minutes left for this candle. It's a lot of time left. All right, so we did break that, but I put my entry down here to give it a little bit of room, just in case it's going to shake the tree a little, if you will. You come down, you just barely break it, and then try to get rid of the long traders that are in it, and maybe pick up some shorts before then going back up. So just in case we're trying to do that, I wanted to give it a little bit of room, give them the opportunity to do that with everybody else before I jump into this thing.
Order submitted.
Okay, so now I'm into the short side back again. I really wish I had moved my stop up here when I talked about the M pattern, and it would have been awesome. Could have been some really nice profit right now, but unfortunately, it is what it is. So we're going to go with it, and that's how it is. So we got 3 contracts to the short side. You can see where it's coming down to the bottom of this support area. It's starting to get through that support area. And then this candle is going to close in 20 seconds. So you will get a little rejection possibly to make a tail. Okay, got a little tail on it, tiny little tail, 10 seconds. There we go. That's more like it. That's the tail I would expect somewhere in there. And then 5 seconds left. Next candle I expect to open and probably go up somewhat and then hopefully sell off. But we'll see what it does. If it wants to come down first, I'm going to look to get out, because then it may be going up after that. Okay, it's going to go down. Little itty bitty wick, not a big one. These are small little wicks as well. So we'll see if that's enough to push down in here. I don't be too greedy. Now I'm only at $650 loss in the day. One trade can make that up. One new good setup can make that up. So a little push down here to this area where I would fully expect it to be based on this support zone and then this low down here, and then it broke my original target. So I think there's gonna be a little bit of a slide here, and then I'll be looking to get out. Definitely don't want to be too greedy on this one though. All right, I think I need to come down here now and just lock in some profit. There we go.
Order submitted.
All right. Oh,
Order canceled. Order canceled.
Okay, so out of that trade, so I recovered a good chunk of my day. I was down 1,400 on the day. Now I'm only down almost 1,400, I guess 1,200, something like that. Now I'm only down $560. So nice recovery. Just a bummer that I totally saw that M pattern. Didn't have my stop in the right spot, and could have had a really nice profit there. Could be up over $1,000 in a day already. Unfortunately, you know, those things happen. So, all right, bring the next trade to you. All right, so here we are back in the futures market with GC here on Sunday night. So, gonna jump into this thing to the long side once it confirms here. Just double checking how much my risk is. Been in with 3 contracts.
Order filled.
Okay. In with 3 contracts. New candle should be opening here. Oh no, I jumped in early. Trading on the 15-minute candle, not the 5-minute candle. All right. I'm just going to let it ride, though. I think we're good. A little discount here. So came down, tested, had this low, developed some support there, came all the way back up, made that M pattern, right? I messed up on that trade. Came all the way back down into this support area, now breaking back out. Fully expect this to come back up and retest the top of this M. May put a little handle in here, if you will, like a cup and a handle before going back up. But this looks pretty awesome. So I got in the trade a tad bit early, but I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so we have gold finally about to hit that target right there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and trail a stop up, though, and lock in profits. I'm going to take this. Actually, I'm just going to close all these.
Order canceled. Order canceled.
Going to go to 3 contracts. That's what I have. Right click, sell, stop, market.
Order submitted.
Take this, trail it up.
Order filled.
All right, there we go. Close that out. Maximize my profits. $248. So pretty sweet deal there. I'm happy to take that off. Head to bed. May boost higher to the second line right here, which is this top right there before it decides to turn around or go higher. But I'm happy to be out with profit. Yeah, it was a rough night. You know, I started out with like 300 and something, almost $300 in profit, or a little over 300. If I would have just quit, I would have been good to go. But I screwed that trade up right here, or that could have been sweet. So I was able to recover though with speed bumping and so to speak. And then this trade right here. See that big sell-off? Now I can get back in again, wait for the second push. But I'm not. I'm going to bed. All right, everybody. See you on the next trade. Okay, so here I am Monday morning with the ES. Has a switch to the short side, but it looks like it may get stopped out for a speed bump. I'm going to jump into it because I can get in at a discount here. Pretty big discount. And then I'll just speed bump it. And that speed bump will be pretty nice once I speed bump it. So I'm going to go ahead and sell market.
Order filled.
So now I'm in, and I wish I would have did the OCO order first, but it's all good. So in right now, and then I'm going to mark it up. Let's see. Stop is at 4,423. And then I got my alerts in, so I can walk away, go have breakfast, and then my phone will text me with what's moving, what's happening over here. All right, bring the conclusion to you. Okay, speed bumped in the ES right here. Got 2 contracts now instead of the 1. Looking for a target right here. And then I'll be popping out for some profit. Okay, so stopped out of the ES. We got a switch taking place, though. Once this confirms, I'll jump into the short side. Okay, so we got a couple trades setting up right now. NQ is setting up, and the ES is setting up to that short side. I'm going to take this off so it's clean. Remove, remove. So I got 2 contracts queued up for ES right now. And then I may jump into NQ as well. Okay, so new candle just opened.
Order filled.
Got ES. And then NQ.
Order filled.
Okay, got both of those trades working right now. Let me mark up the charts.
Order submitted.
Okay, got my speed bump in for ES. NQ looking to hit this target. I feel like taking NQ off the table here, but all right, let's go NQ. Through the target. All right, good deal.
Order filled.
Oh, what happened here? I don't want to do that. Close.
Order filled.
All right, so out of NQ, took some profit there. Let's go manage ES. NQ, $450 to start the day. Buy stop market.
Order submitted. Order filled.
All right, so out of all those trades, now up 568 for the day. So this high frequency trading with lower success rate, but as long as I can make all the trades, days can be profitable. So a good way to end it. I'm going to look for an opportunity to jump into YM here in a second. Once, let's see, I got about 30 minutes before YM trade was set up. Maybe 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. So there may be one more trade this morning that I'll be able to take before I have to bounce out, but we'll see what happens. Either way, 568 for the day is pretty sweet. That brings my account almost back to even. If I can get one more trade like that in, then we'll be pretty awesome. If I would have just held on a little longer on ES and NQ, probably would have been pretty awesome as well. But all good. I'll look for the next trade. So, and I know some people think that all the indices move the same, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, and S&P 500, but look at the Dow Jones right now, the YM. And then you see what's happening with the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. They're tanking, but the Dow is ripping higher. Look at that giant candle. So they don't always move the same. I know people sometimes are like, Eric, why do you trade the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones? Don't they all move the same? No, they don't. Sometimes I do, but a lot of times they don't. And sometimes what you'll find is when you're watching the charts, as you'll be like, you know what, today or this week, the Dow Jones is leading the NASDAQ. It's leading the S&P 500. In other words, the Dow Jones is ripping now, which means S&P 500 is probably ripping a little bit later. And sometimes it's the opposite. You'll find that the S&P 500 is leading the Dow Jones and so forth. So sometimes you can kind of look at the different indices and see if there's a leader that might help forecast what might possibly happen with the rest of the indices. But anyway, just a little tidbit of information. All right, I'll bring the next trade to you.
Order submitted.
All right, I got an order info up here. So we'll see which one gets tagged. And then whichever one gets hit is the direction we're going to go. My inside out strategy right now. All right, YM, where do you want to go? Do you want to go down? Or do you want to go up? But they both look pretty promising right now if one of them triggers. Up more than down because YM also has a trigger on the indicator that potentially it's going up. But I trade it based on the inside out right now, so we'll see. Candle. All right.
Order
buy.
filled.
So now I'm in gold to the long side. Feel like this is a speed bump in the making. All right, let's mark it up. That's the story of gold, right? Speed bump. All right, so I got my GC trade is in right here. Gonna move my stop to, or my target down to the target, and got my YM trade over here. So yeah, let's let it ride and see what happens. I'll bring the conclusion to you. Okay, so moving up towards the target over here on YM. And GC is kind of hanging out. Nice flag pattern actually shaping up here with GC, so we could see a nice boost here in GC as well. And the rest of the indices are recovering nicely after that sell-off at the open. So looking good right now in the markets. So I'm going to take YM off the table here shortly. I'm not going to look for it to make a new high. I'm going to go ahead and move my stop up. Oh, come on, don't do that. I guess I'll wait a little bit. This is a new candle just opened, so it boosted green nicely, which means it could be putting in a big wick so it can sell off. So I was going to go ahead and take that off the table right there, but try to talk about it before I do it. And now I have to wait. Okay, put it in. If it wants to back up, get me out.
Order filled.
All good. So out of that trade, almost to the target. I do need to head out of here in just a couple of minutes. So I'm hoping that GC will also do the same for me. And I'll be able to get out of GC here shortly. GC. All right, GC moving up nicely. So I might move this this up as
Order
well.
canceled.
Let me cancel all that. I got one contract in GC, so I'm gonna go take this to none. Stop market.
Order submitted.
All right, GC, what are you going to do here? So it's coming back into this resistance area. May just pop out of GC, call it a day, and head out. But I'd like GC to get closer to the target. Okay, I'm going to put my my stop up for GC. If it wants to back up and get me out from here, I'll take it so I can get out of here and get a bunch of stuff I got to get done. I don't think I'll be back in time for market close. So I'll have to be out of this trade. So I'm just going to do it now. If it backs up, start trailing this up.
Order filled.
All right, there we go. So I trailed that up a little bit so I can get out of GC closer to the target and a nice little profit. So today, basically, I'm going to close out the day with GC gold giving me $80. You can see down here in my bottom window, the ES gave me $262, gold giving me $80. NQ gave me $450 and YM gave me $180. So nice little day. I'll take it. You know, that's going to put in a total of, up here you can see, after commissions, $869 in my pocket, bringing the account to $149,886. So really close to getting back to that break-even level. One more trade will definitely get me break-even, and then some will be off to the races. Maybe that'll happen tonight. I won't be trading during the day the next 2 days, but hopefully we get some evening trades in late tonight and tomorrow night. All right, everybody. See you in the next video.
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, so back with that ES trade. So I jumped in the shower, set my alerts for Thinkorswim. I'm going to back up here. And I got my alert when I hit the target, but I was in the shower and I was like, I got plenty of time. It's not going to move that fast. And by the time I came out, I already had missed the move. So I was like, well, I'll give it a shot to get back up there and hit it again. I could have just pulled my money out and take a couple $100. But I was like, no, I'll wait. And then, so I put my stop in and went to bed, basically. I put my stop in, break even plus a couple dollars right in here. And on this green candle right there, it came down to stop me out and then rallied to hit the target again. So, you know, it is what it is. At least I made $24 on it. Could have made like 600, but I'll take my 24 and, you know, better than a losing trade. Unfortunately, I didn't put my OCO order in, so I wasn't able to easily manage that trade. So, yeah, I have to remember to do that. So I'm going to go over to NQ right now because NQ, actually I may have to adjust this. NQ is about to trade, but I want to have that OCO order in, right? So OCO, let's go edit. Quantity of 3. Okay, so I'm going to close this.
Order canceled.
Put that in. Sell stop limit 3.
Order submitted.
Okay, so I got my 3 contracts in. So right here you can see on my Thinkorswim chart, it switched. There was a speed bump trade here. Mark that out properly. I haven't been able to trade the last couple of days, so I've missed out on so many winners. But speed bump trade there would have been, you know, would have got money on the speed bump. Then I had an actual trade here, which would have made money. And now I'm looking to see if this switch wants to become the next trade. So, and if not, I'll hit the speed bump side of it. So if this actually triggers, I will bring the trade to you and the conclusion. All right, so that trade just triggered. So now I'm in the trade. Yeah, it would have been nice to get in way up there, but all good. In the trade, I needed to know that it was going to come back down. And I'm looking for my little lines. There we are. Looks like my trading theme of this whole combine battle is going to be missed opportunities. I think that's the theme so far since I started this. You know, I missed out on maybe 10 trades this week. They were all winners, a couple losers, you know, but I missed out on the majority of winners. And you miss all the winners, your statistics are no longer valid. And here's a winner right now that should have been a full winner, $1,500. And I'm going to probably take $50. And now I don't have this winner to pay for that loser that's coming. So now I'm going to blow up my account because I missed the winners on a strategy with like an 85% win rate. And I'll be a failed losing trader because I didn't take advantage of the winners. And unfortunately, this one, you know, my target was just a little bit further away. And I wasn't watching it. A lot of times if I'm not going to watch something, I'll put it to 90%, and it hits the 90%, I take my money because it doesn't always hit fully. Sometimes it only goes 90% of the way. So I like to sit here and watch it and then look at what's happening price action wise to determine whether or not I want to try to, you know, squeeze more out, or do I just want to pull it off the table at that 90% level, and I wasn't watching it, and I didn't put my stop in the right spot, or my target rather. So here we go. What are we going to get out of this?
Filled.
You know, we got 50 bucks out of it, $75 out of it. So it's just really unfortunate, and that has been the theme for me in this combine is missed opportunities, skipping the winners so I can take the losers. Bring the next trade to you. Okay, so here's the ES setting up for a trade right now to the short side. It's like, do I take it though? Because I missed the first trade, second trade, third trade. There's 3 trades I missed right there, plus the overnight trade. That was 4 in a row. 4 winners in a row. Do I jump into this, or do I wait and see if it becomes a speed bump? Right? If I don't take it, and then it's a big winner, then what? All right, maybe it's not going to switch. Just an example right here. If I would have just traded the ES today, I would have had 1, 2, 3, 4 winners. That would have been about $2,000. Last night's trade in these 3 in the morning, $2,000. If I would have traded the NQ trade, that could have been another $2,400 right there. You know, I could have easily. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and sell.
Order filled.
So I could have easily hit, you know, almost $3,000 today. Do that a couple days. Combine's done. Win. Had I took the other trades this week, I'd be well into the combine and already looking for a payout on Wednesday of next week. But I've chosen to do other things instead of trade the winners. I'm just going to wait for the losers, I think. So unfortunately, that's unintentionally how it's going. All right, let me put, I forgot to put the OCO order in. All right, well, let's move our stuff around. We got 10 seconds left. If this is going to be a switch, I just want to jump right in. 2,
Order
1,
canceled.
buy.
Order filled.
Okay. Got in a little bit later than I would have liked to have gotten in on that order, but all good. Order's in. And I did not put another OCO order in, unfortunately. And I don't know how to do it with NinjaTrader after the fact. So it is what it is. But let me mark this up. Actually, already marked up. There's my targets right there. Got my 3 contracts right there. So I'm going to put my stop in.
Order submitted.
All right, so now we're moving pretty good. All right, so here we are, basically in a small loss right now. I do have to head out, so I'm gonna have to hit the close button, close out my position, and bounce. It would be nice if this gave a little. This would have been good to get out there, but it is what it is. I got to get out of here, so I'm gonna hit close. Let's see what it does here in a few seconds. Time is it? Nope, I gotta go. All right, close.
Order filled.
So we're gonna take a loss of 1,100 today instead of a profit of 3,000 because basically it's my choice. I chose not to trade those winners because I wasn't here, and then I jumped in to trade the losers. All right, everybody, and I messed up those other orders because I didn't have my proper target in. All right, see you on the next one. Okay, so here we are with gold GC, getting ready to jump into the long side. 3 contracts in about 10 seconds. It's kind of a big candle. Maybe I'm gonna do this. Yeah, just kidding.
Order filled.
I was thinking about waiting until this kind of did a retracement first, but I decided to jump in. So looks like it's okay. Got a little tiny discount. Jumped in a second early. So GC's got a switch going on right here. This is also a speed bump if I had traded this earlier. Right there, triggering that same speed bump. So probability is pretty high on this trade. But I was going to wait for a little retracement and see if it wanted to do that so I can get a better price. But we're in. Like buy a contract and then load up the other ones, or buy 2 contracts and then get in with the other ones. Let's see, where am I supposed to be at? 19,898. 19,898. So what I'm seeing here is we had this nice move sideways. Got a nice bull formation down here. And then it broke above this this lower high, if you will. All right, we had a high, a low, lower high, almost a lower low to create a bull. Now we're breaking above that. I believe this will draw at least to retest this high, if not breaking that high now. So you can also see here there was a little bit of resistance in this area. And we are now just above, barely above that resistance area as well. So everything's looking positive for a draw, at least to the target, before it wants to roll over, or maybe even just continuing to boost higher and make new highs. So I'm going to sit here and be patient. Looks pretty good when you look at it from a technical standpoint as well as my indicator. Okay, so really close to that target again. Just about to hit that target. So I'm going to go ahead and start to trail my stop up. All right, so I might just go ahead and hit close on this and take my 532 and call it a night. Okay, got my little alert there.
Stop filled.
All right, backed me out. What did I just do here? Why am I still... Okay, good deal. For a second, I thought this price was still moving. I was like, wait a minute. I thought I got out. All right, so I'll take that 575, really close to the target right there. Good to go. You know, maybe it'll retest this. I'm thinking it's going to, and then maybe even break out from there. If I wanted to, I could put my entry on a breakout above this and take a technical trade. But sometimes it'll get really close because a lot of people are waiting for that, and then it'll roll over. You know, they shake the tree. So I'm happy to take my money, get out. This way I can get to bed, and I get up early and make some more trades. So that'll recover half that loss from Friday, or whatever, not Friday, yesterday. So dumb to have turned a green day into a red day, or this morning rather. I don't even know what day it is anymore. But yeah, this week should have been epic. I should have been already through the combine and already on my way to taking a payout for next Wednesday. But didn't trade all the winners that came up this week. Just didn't trade at all. Only traded the losers, so, or with a few small winners. But anyway, see you on the next trade. Okay, so here we are Friday morning. Getting ready to jump into the ES here. If this thing switches, it keeps wanting to. We'll see what happens. A little choppy morning, but like with the rest of them, like NQ and so forth. We'll see if this chop is going to translate to ES. Hope not.
Order filled.
All right, we're in. Okay, so I would like to speed bump this. I thought I had a speed bump set in there, but I don't know what happened to it. Let's look over here at orders real quick. All right, so no speed bump in. My position is closed because I got stopped out, and I took a nice loss, and I have to head out, so I don't have time to actually get back in this trade and make the money on the speed bump to recover the account. So you can see if I don't have the time to trade my plan, or I'm giving up on all the winning trades to take these losing trades, you can take a strategy with an 80% win rate, 90% win rate, and blow up your account really easy. This is also a good example of how you can buy somebody else's strategy and be a failed trader, and you'd be like, oh, that guy's a scammer. You know, they don't know what they're talking about. This doesn't work. I can't make any money. You know, all the complaining you can hear about people saying about other people who are offering strategies and stuff on the internet. But is it really that person, or did you just buy a strategy that doesn't fit you, right? Because strategies are personal. Trading is very personal. Your trade plan has to fit you. It has to fit your personality, your lifestyle, and your goals. And you need to have a statistical proven probability of success. At least that's my opinion. I don't know how you're successful without all that. But if you have all that stuff, and because you bought it from somebody and it doesn't fit you, then I don't think you can make it, you know? And then when you have your statistical proven probability of success, what is that based on? And are you able to trade within what that's based on? Right now, for me, it's every available trade between certain time windows, and I haven't been able to do that. So I'm not successful right now, and I have a fantastic strategy that's very successful right now. I would already be in profit taking payouts if I was able to trade within those windows to meet those probabilities. But I haven't been able to. And as you can see, the account is going down a lot again. So what happens next? All right, so today's Friday. So I'm going to go into the weekend. I'm going to reflect on my trade plan using the My Strategy Manager tool. And I'm going to reflect on that and then see what I need to do. Is it something I can adjust on my end, or do I need to look at the way I'm trading and adjust my trade plan again, right? So sometimes you think you have a good trade plan, then life changes, and then it doesn't work anymore because, you know, life has changed for you. The strategy still works. You're just not able to do that strategy. So, all right, everybody. I'll see you next week.